Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss book 47 in R.L. Stine's Goosebumps original series, The Legend of the Lost Legend. Legend of the Lost Legend. This came out September 96. I just started first grade September 96. So this was at all the book fairs. This was everywhere. I remember distinctly this Viking woman, and I never read the book. So I just remember the title and how iconic it was back then and how it's now reflective all these years later, still in my memory. So, who is this woman? This is Ivana. And who is Ivana? And why is she in this fantastical woods, fantasy forest in Brovania, which is not an actual country? So, two main characters. Now, I'm starting to forget main characters' names because we're plowing through these books. We're doing about 3 a week. And we're almost there. We should be done, in theory, mid to late September with all 62 books. Again, the goal originally was to be done before Halloween, so we're still on track for that. But because I'm doing about a book every 2 or 3 days, the names are blending. So I have to continuously refresh myself on who the actual main characters are. The plot is very distinctive because one is not the same as the next. But the main characters, they're just names, and it's not... a name is not relevant to the plot for these stories, so that's why I just completely blanked on their names. So Justin and Marissa, their father is a professor. Their last name is Clark, I believe. And so he takes the two of them to Brovania, yeah, to go search for the Legend of the Lost Legend. So what is Legend of the Lost Legend? What is the Lost Legend? Well, the Lost Legend is this 500-year-old manuscript that's locked in a silver chest, hidden in the woods. So the Professor Clark and his 2 kids are off to Brovania in this forest to find this legend. So the kids find this dog whose name is Silver Dog. He's like a big wolf kind of creature. And so he takes them to this cottage while their dad's sleeping in the tent. And they meet this Viking woman named Ivana. And she explains, things about the forest, and you have to be careful, and then take this wolf child creature with you as your guide as you're exploring. You have to pass the test, and if you're worthy enough, the forest will then give you what you're looking for. So they're going through these challenges, and there's these mouse spider creatures, there's these gigantic cats, but then they realize that there's fake trees, and there's this stream that's not actually a stream, it's fake. There's a plug in the bottom. So then it's a matter of what's real, what's not real. As I'm reading this, and this was just so well done. This was so awesome. This was so well done. I really love this book. This will be in my top 10 when we do a full casting of reviews. It reminded me a lot of Cabin in the Woods and the Escape Room films, where it's designed to look real, but then things are not real, in the sense of is this tree a real tree, or is this a door to a room kind of a thing? And I really like that. I like that, playing with the mind. And this was their test. It was playing with the mind tests. And I thought it was very well done. It was very, very well done. So the kids are doing their challenges and stuff, and then they lose Luca, the wolf man. And so eventually they finish the tests, realizing that Ivana was actually just a wind-up this entire time, in a robotic sense, not an actual human being, and that Luca was actually the mastermind behind it all, and he took off his fur, and he peeled it off because it was all makeup and stuff, and he said, I am the caretaker of these woods, as my family has been for 500 years, you've passed the test, here's your reward. He gives them a silver chest, they take it back to their dad, and they open it, and it's an egg, and they're like, wait a minute, this isn't the legend, this isn't the 500-year-old manuscript. So they take their dad back to Luca. Luca says, wait, you didn't want the eternal egg of truth? And they're like, no. And he's like, my bad. And he takes it back. And they're like, no, we want the legend of the lost legend. And he's like, I don't have it, but I know who might have it. But they wander, so you have to, they might be in this area. Cross 2 streams, go that way. You'll see them on this stone, landing. So they cross 2 streams, go that way. And they see these wanderers on this stone landing with this little camp they have sent up. And so they approach them, and they very quickly are given this silver chest, and then the wanderers just take off. And then the 3 of them Justin, Marissa, and their father, Justin, Marissa, and their father, take the chest, and in their daze, they like, wait a minute, let's open it. So then they open it up, and they're holding the 500-year-old manuscript that's yellow pages, and on the front it says something like, legend of the lost, the who holds the legend the who holds the lost legend will be lost forever, something like that. And so once they read that, they're like, wait, is this part of the legend? Is this real? And then they all look up, and Justin's like, wait, where are we? The dad's like, wait, where are we? And Justin's like, we're lost. And so then that's it. That it ends. This is a great example. This book is a great example of it doesn't need a continuation, that the plot point given to us is wrapped up in a nice, neat little envelope, beautiful bow on top. We don't need further explanation. They just says, we're lost. We're lost. That's it. And that we're good. We're good. I don't need to know what happens next. This is a good example of neat, close, everything that was supposed to be explained was explained. We leave off on a cliffhanger of what happens next, and we don't need to know what happens next. This is a good example of a well-rounded book. Story corresponds. The only thing is Ivana's dress thing is referenced as gray. It's brown on this. She's not actually holding the silver chest, but it's just imagery of the legend. I'm fine with that. We don't need seed for scene. This is imagery of the legend, of the kids having their legend. So, very well done. Very well done. I'm very impressed. 122 pages long. Book 47, R.L. Stine's Goosebumps original series. Legend of the Lost Legend. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.